Love the energy of South Beach, but don't want it in your backyard 24/7? Surfside's calling, and it's got everything you want. Great restaurants, tons of amenities, great neighbors. That's Surfside. So why should you watch this video? My name's Amit Bhuta. I'm part of the All in Miami group. We're a small group of individuals selling some of the most expensive homes to many of the people that you read about in the news. I've been living in Miami for over 50 years, and one of my passions is discovering the nicest neighborhoods and hidden gems and giving you the best information that'll help you and your family pick the best neighborhood. We're gonna break this video down into 5 different parts. But before we even do that, we're gonna introduce you to John. Number 1, John is gonna share his perfect day. Number 2, the pros and cons. Number 3, how much does it actually cost? Number 4, what does the future have in store? And number 5, John and Amit's ratings. So who the hell is this guy?
Hey.
This is John. He's usually in back of the camera, but being married, being 44 years old, living in Miami, his whole life basically, and going through all the neighborhoods, having kids, he's the perfect person to share his perfect day. So how's your perfect day in Surfside?
All right, well, man, definitely waking up in a penthouse.
Totally.
Penthouse on one of those beautiful, condo buildings?
Yeah, condos.
Condos on the beach, looking at the sun and the water and just seeing how beautiful it is and having a coffee. That is my thing.
And so are you a person that wants to be as high up in the building, mid or lower?
Surfside's buildings aren't that big, right?
Right.
So, I mean, I think high up for those buildings, which is...
Okay, like 15, 20 or a little bit higher?
Yeah, a little less than that. That's a lot. So.
Okay. All right, cool. So tell me about your day then.
All right, so definitely I love being out, whether it's walking with my dog on the beach or running or playing with my kids. Usually where we live now, my kids and I will go on a long walk. So that would be the same thing for Surfside. Surfside is perfect for walking, for taking a right in the morning dip in the ocean. It's very private, very exclusive beaches, and they almost feel like they're private beaches, especially at that time, right?
Totally.
And then after that, after working up an appetite, we would go to get some breakfast.
Any places that you like, or you just like all of them?
I have no idea, but but I like American breakfast.
Right.
There's usually much variation.
Right.
But
Totally.
Like some type of Hispanic.
How are you gonna mess up eggs?
Yeah.
Right?
How are you gonna mess up eggs? And they're all variety are delicious.
Right.
But I'm sure there's definitely a place that has a view, and I think after we do this, I'll add it in the captions, like some cool breakfast places. Maybe we'll add like a lower third with Will because he's good at that.
Right.
But usually these buildings are really good about having some type of either restaurant on top of the building or on the
Okay,
lower.
so now you've eaten. Now what?
Well, Surfside. So Surfside's interesting because you have these condo buildings along the beach, and then exactly half of that area is also filled up with single family homes.
Right.
So, going and living in that area is, you feel like you're in a little beach town. So definitely one of the things I'll do after eating breakfast would be to go on my bike ride and then just to view the different homes in there. I like, the homes in that area are from the 30s, 40s, and 50s.
Right.
And they're beautiful. They're old style, and they're built like rocks, especially for being on the coast. And they have all different types of styles of, I guess, architecture, like old Spanish architecture. So going on a bike ride would be beautiful, and then getting some lunch. So. And
you mentioned your kids and your wife. What would you do with them in Surfside? Are they on this trip? Or
yeah, they're on this trip. So depending on the day, the kids would go to school or whatever. But let's say it's on a weekend, because we want to do it on a weekend. Definitely go to one of the playgrounds in Surfside. There's a couple, that are really nice. And there's one playground I went to on Surfside that's next to the water, really beautiful. And I don't think the water, it's on the coastal, intercoastal.
Right, right.
So we do that, and then just hang out. Maybe go get like a smoothie or something from a local, there's some restaurants on the Strip. There's a Publix there on, what is it, US 1 or no, Ocean Drive.
Ocean, yeah.
Yeah, on
or
Ocean
Collins,
Drive.
or is it Ocean?
Collins, yeah, it's one of those.
Collins,
right?
yeah.
The main thoroughway of the area on the East Coast. So yeah, we go get a smoothie and maybe some lunch, and then after that we'll probably head to the Bal Harbour shops where my wife loves and hates to go.
I can imagine.
Yeah, she always talks about wanting this $150,000 ring.
Oh, nice.
I'm like, sure, okay,
So she wants to downgrade.
She wants to, yeah, of course. So yeah, it's Bal Harbour shops is a beautiful place just to go walk and look at the different highest end shops. But they also have a few great restaurants there, and it's a cool location, and it's actually a nice, serene place to go and get some stuff. We bought, like, they have what is it? What are the two kind of big department stores there?
Oh, not Macy's.
Like
it was
Bloomingdale's.
Bloomingdale's, right? Yeah.
Bloomingdale's and something. So we bought some stuff from there. It's fun, and I would say after that we would go to get some dinner at. I think there's a Michelin-starred restaurant.
Oh, nice.
On there, or a Michelin-starred chef.
Right.
One of those things at a time, and then I'll put that restaurant right here on the bottom since I don't know these locations. But have it on the water or have it on the beach, and then go for a nice walk and swim at the end of the day.
Nice.
I love being around the beach. I love being in the water, and so do my kids playing in the sand stuff. So we would center our day around that lifestyle.
Sounds like a great day.
Yeah, thanks. Appreciate it.
So how's the community vibe there?
Actually, considering how small Surfside is, it's pretty diverse.
Okay.
Because you have this community of local Miami Beach residents,
right,
that have been living in these single family homes for a while. And then you have people transitioning into Surfside that are new families and stuff like that. And then you have a big Jewish community there. And then you have, I think, a whole different, I don't even know what you call it, but a whole different section of Surfside, which is all these condo buildings.
Right.
So depending on where you're at, it can be pretty drastic, the vibe that you're getting.
Just wearing Surfside.
Yeah, wearing Surfside. And, we lived close to Surfside, so that's why I'm here on this video talking about it. And living where we had a single family home in the area, it was total, we knew everybody because we were always outside riding our bikes, meeting our neighbors and stuff. So I would think it's similar to Surfside as well, especially since I've been in that area with the playgrounds and walking my dogs, and we're considering about buying a house there as well. So it can be really tight-knit community with homeowners, but I can't say the community vibe for condos and stuff.
Right.
It's very
much different.
Elite.
Yeah.
I'd say it's very elite. These condos are
very expensive.
They're very expensive. They're new and very modern. So I would say it's that. And also, you have a tight-knit Jewish community where they go to school and
they all know each other.
They know each other. So it depends on what community speaks to you.
Right. Exclusivity versus urban energy in Surfside.
So depending on where you're at, it could be very exclusive, but it's got a complete urban feel to it.
Right.
Like you can travel to Publix, go to the beach, all by walking if you wanted to. It's very tight, and again, the more you're out, the more you see other people and you talk to your neighbors. One of my friends actually owns a shop in Surfside, right off of Bal Harbour, has been in that business for 30, 40 years.
Oh, wow.
And so he's a part of the community, and people have known him for decades. And it's Surfside is like that.
It's like that mom and pop.
Yeah,
feel.
Mom and pop, and it's an extension from Bal Harbour too. So you get those type of clients as well. And so it's very exclusive, and but again, you could a lot of foot traffic, a lot of locals on the beach and stuff like that. So it just depends on where you're at. And I guess also the fact that buying a single family home is not exactly easy to get into.
Yeah,
right?
very expensive.
Especially in the last few years.
Yeah.
It can, it's that exclusive little has gone up a little bit more for sure.
Cool. We do tons of videos every week, so make sure to subscribe, hit that notification bell, and you'll get it before anyone else does. So what are some of the pros and cons of Surfside?
Pros, all right. Number one, definitely it is the beach and the oceanfront view. Right. You can do everything there. It's beautiful water, beautiful walking trails. As far as the whole part of Surfside, it has a nice, beautiful trail that's hard packed sand. So you can easily run back and forth on there and just enjoy why you live in South Florida. We lived in the beach. We walked our dog on the beach in the morning. We went in the water with our dog, even though we were supposed to. And beach living is all about. Another pro is considering that Surfside is almost like a tiny community. It's actually pretty accessible to Publix and other shops in the area. You have Bal Harbour Mall, right, which is fun if you like to walk around the mall. You have Publix, which is right there. When I lived 10 minutes from there in the beach area, sometimes it took us a while to get to Publix just because of the traffic.
Right, so walking is better.
So walking is better, but still, the way the Publix is set up in Surfside, as long as you don't go on the main road, Ocean Drive or Collins, whatever that is, you can get there through the side streets in Publix.
Oh, nice.
Which is kind of nice. And so it's pretty accessible considering there could be a lot of bad traffic on
Right.
And then I guess, so let's go through pros again. Pro is there's, I don't know.
The views you were saying?
The views, the views. You have beautiful views on the intercoastal.
Right.
And then also being by the beach. Right on the beach. Another, I guess, I don't know. What do you think are some pros?
So for Surfside, you're on the water, right? You can go to the water. I mean, things that we take for granted, people spend their whole lives saving to come here to see those views. Yeah. You can just walk 2 blocks or be right there in a condo and see it. Yeah. The weather is great, right?
The weather is good, yeah.
And because you're right by the water, you get that little breeze, right?
Yeah,
when you live, it was nice, right?
And that's actually also a good point about the weather is the weather is different when you're on the mainland than when you're on the exterior islands, so to speak. It's surprising, but a lot of the weather stops at the mainland. Right. So you'll see these horrible storms, lightning, and it just doesn't come farther than the bay.
Right, totally.
And, so you can have a beautiful day on the beach, and then inland is just completely what you know for South Florida, which is rain and storm.
Totally.
And I would say local community is another pro. As far as like everything's close by, and if you can get the Publix, you can survive basically.
And you mentioned like the community aspect is people aren't stuck up. You have actual community.
Yeah, you have community, and people love living on the beach for as far as incorporating their family in the beach, incorporating their lifestyle on the beach. So it's just more relaxed. As an honorable mention, is that considering that Surfside is kind of in the middle of this interesting beach area, I would say, of Miami Beach. To one side you have, which is past Bal Harbour, that park there, where they have they can have kites there, like these. It's like a really
nice green area.
Nice green area with the park there. You have the intercoastal with these sandbars, where this sandbar is famous for boaters to go and to hang out and to park their boat and just hang out on the water all day. They actually have an actual dog beach in this area. So you're kind of in the middle of everything, and which is kind of nice for being on the beach. That said, if you want to get off the beach, it's a whole other story.
Right, totally. So some negatives. What are some cons?
The location. You know, if you want to get out of Surfside, you have to go through 125th. And, you know, going through 125th to go to 95 to get to the airport or to get anywhere in South Florida, it's probably almost maybe 15, 20 minutes just to get out there.
Right.
So that is another thing. Another thing is just the insurance and the expenses of
the real estate prices have gone up dramatically.
Yeah.
In the past, you can get stuff, single family homes for $500,000-$600,000. That's not even close anymore.
And then on top of that, I had a home where I did an addition to it, and we were in a flood zone, you know, where it's a similar town like Surfside in Miami Beach. But so having to deal with updating my house, especially my house was in 1930s and it's the same way in Surfside.
Right.
Having to update it, do major updates, like if you want to do something major, you got to deal with a lot of codes.
Right.
A lot of from FEMA and a lot of Miami Beach codes. That's a pain.
And besides the pain, it's expensive because you gotta include so many people.
Yeah, include so many people. More cons, I guess. It is limited to what you have is what you get. You know, like if you like a nightlife, there's not really a nightlife there.
Right. I think too, like with these condos that you're talking about, the HOAs are ridiculous.
Yeah, that's a gift.
Very expensive because you get a lot for it.
Yeah.
Meaning you're gonna get great amenities, so pros, but then cons, you're paying for them.
Yeah.
And one of the big components of Miami buildings and Miami single family homes is the insurance, right?
Yeah.
And the insurance is very expensive. And these HOAs, because they incorporate the insurance in it, they're ridiculously high. And I'm sure if you still lived in that home in Miami Beach, your insurance would probably be very high.
Yeah, and that's the thing with Florida. Insurance has very high rates for hurricane mitigation, all that stuff.
Yeah. Just in this humble home that you're seeing here, it's about 20 grand a year. So it's very expensive.
Yeah. And this is not even the closest to the coast too, right?
Yeah, we're not that far.
The closer to the coast
not that close.
Yeah, it's bad.
So one of the things we forgot to mention is
the whole incident with Champlain Park, right?
Champlain Towers,
yeah. So if you don't know, it's a condo in Surfside that horrifically collapsed, unfortunately killing a lot of people. And it's because the structure of the building wasn't done correctly. There's a lot of issues with how they built it and how they were taking care of it. That's a whole other story. But there was a big cultural change, I would say, for all of South Florida, especially on the coast, concerning assessments, HOA and stuff like that. So
Vico on our team, one of his friends lived in there. She was sadly the last person found that passed away. And because of I look at it sort of like these people are heroes because they passed away, and because of all the tragedy, they've made so many legislative actions where they're going to save so many lives, and they're still trying to figure it out. It's not perfect, but because of this, the construction and reserves and these different tests and engineering tests and stuff will be definitely because of Surfside.
Yeah, I mean, there's only so much people knew what to look for as well. Like these cracks in the foundation and stuff. But I actually have a friend that lives in Surfside as well in the older buildings. And that's the whole thing. We were talking a lot about modern buildings. There's a lot of old buildings. And when I say old, 1970s.
Right.
Which is not that old, I guess.
It's almost 60 years now.
Flying. But after that happened, all these buildings have been tested, have been going through these engineering assessments to seeing if they are stable and to seeing if they are safe worthy. So this might be the best time to get in those older buildings because a lot of people don't want to buy it because they might be scared.
Right.
But they've also been scrutinized ridiculously ever since.
Yeah,
So.
and as you say that, right now, one of the weakest components of our real estate market are these very vintage type condos. People are getting the best deals on those. Okay, so how prime is the location and what's the lifestyle?
Well, The location is awesome if you like that beach lifestyle. And again, if you're a beach goer and you love to be everything smelling the saltwater air and to go in the water all times of day, then this is your place. You know, it's an awesome lifestyle, almost like a small town feel. So
yeah, but I think the main thing is you need to want to stay there most of the time, because to get out it sort of sucks, right?
Yeah, you got to be committed. So.
Right.
And that's why I bring up Publix so much.
right.
Because that was actually a big factor why we moved. We had our daughter, and it took us a while to get to Publix where we are. Surfside is a little better because the Publix is situated better. So.
It's cool that you brought that up, because like these real estate companies that do a lot of analytics and analysis and stuff, they actually did proximity to Whole Foods to see how that affected the value, and the value went up. So Miami Publix we like more than Whole Foods, right?
Yeah.
So yeah.
It depends too. You have a Whole Foods that's across the bridge on the mainland of Surfside, which is good if you want to pick up some type of, I don't know, smoothie. We used to go to Whole Foods all the time, get like these smoothies and stuff. So
nice. So privacy and security, are there gated communities? How is it over there?
Well, you know, with the condos, they're probably pretty secure, given that they have a person at the front and some security. The single-family homes has no security.
Zero security.
I think they do have a local police force, which is nice.
Right.
And there's not really much crime.
Yeah, I think it's pretty safe, but if you're looking at like gates and stuff, you're not getting them.
Yeah, exactly. No gates, but I guess there's no really spillover from Indian Creek, right? Indian Creek Island, because that's locked down.
Right, totally.
But the single family home area, that is open for everybody and whoever, and I don't think there's been much too concerning around there.
I mean, you lived pretty close to there. How was it?
Well, I think my area is a little more, like, there's more kind of sketchy individuals in my area. So at different times of day, you'd be like, I wouldn't be around that guy or something like that. And ours was a weird mixture of, we had, in the middle was like Section 8 housing.
Oh, okay.
And then 2 blocks over was a row of like $1 million waterfront.
Multi-million. Yeah.
That's very typical of Florida, right?
Right, totally.
But it's just our demographic was much
different.
Yeah. Versus Surfside's a little more upscale.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
So yeah, overall it's pretty secure.
Okay. So how's the architecture there?
I think it's really cool. Like, I used to have a home from the 1930s. Small, like they could be 1,000 square feet to 3,000-4,000 square feet. Old Spanish style homes that have been beaten and abused from almost a century of hurricanes. And then you have these modern, cool looking condos that are just, some are made all out of glass, super cool looking. So, it's so diverse considering how small Surfside is, that it can go from old style Spanish to brand new modern type of condo construction.
Right, so theoretically someone could live there when they're younger and just keep aging, and they'll find something throughout.
Exactly.
Nice.
And then if you make it rich, you could just move to Indian Creek Island.
right. Just across.
Yeah, exactly. Let me ask you this, Amit. What are the quality of schools like in Surfside?
So it's a mix. The schools are, for the lower grades, they're better.
Okay.
And then the public, that's what I'm talking about. The public schools are average. Okay. So you do have some great private schools. Miami Country Day, which isn't too far, is an exceptional school. And actually, since I don't have kids, I did some research. So private schools. And so when you think about private schools, you're thinking 20, 30, 40, 50,000 a year. I don't even know if 20,000 exists anymore. So Miami Country Day School, there's a nice Jewish school. I can't pronounce it. It's SCHECKHILLEL. They have a great Jewish community in that area, so that's very good. And St. Patrick and Cushman.
Yeah.
So as far as like the senior high, they're just average, and the schools for younger kids, Ruth K. Board, Bay Harbor, K through 8 is very good. Probably the best in that area. And do your own research, because as an agent, I can't tell you what's best or worst. And sometimes, you know, today would be great, and then tomorrow it's terrible.
Yeah.
So you got to do your research.
Yeah, talk to other parents that you know that are in the school. Talk to people in the community, in your community that you know go to the school, and you know, go and take a tour. That's the best way.
Totally.
As a parent. And also knowing, you know, from I know with my kids is that usually the more religious a school, sometimes the more accessible it is for a yearly tuition too.
Yeah,
So,
and you know, it's funny because we talk about Jewish schools and other schools. I'm Indian, I'm not Jewish, but my nieces, who are Indian as well, did a lot of their schooling in these Jewish schools, and they weren't the only ones. There were a lot of people that, like the younger grades, they learned a lot of the stuff, and they were top quality schools. So just because it's Jewish doesn't mean that you can't go there.
yeah, or they don't accept everybody.
Right, totally.
So it's, you know, if you're looking for a good school and you like this area and you find that this is a good school, then, you know, I'm sure they'll let you in.
Totally. So I heard you got a lot to say about the resilience to weather in
Man.
Surfside.
Having to do an addition to my small home in my former neighborhood that's super close by, I can tell you that if you're looking to add anything to your home, consider it a challenge.
Okay.
Even if you want to do a new roof and maybe impact windows or something like that, because these are old homes and some of them might be original.
Right.
So you and I'm saying original as in cloth electrical wire.
Oh wow, wow.
Yeah,
So you gotta be careful.
You have to be careful, and then to bring it up to code and to add additions and stuff can be another major challenge. I would say the plus about the weather is, the resilience to weather is, it really doesn't flood much in
Okay.
that. I would say, I know that sometimes you get one of those moons, what's it called?
Oh, I know what you're talking about.
But you
Neither
get,
of us know.
you get those moons that are just, the gravitational pull stronger,
Right,
and then the seawater will come up through the sewer drains.
right,
But as far as like flooding that you see in Miami Beach, you don't really get much of that.
right.
You might get some big puddles. So I would say the runoff is pretty well maintained in the area. And then all of the condos and stuff are pretty, you know, they're all up to date. So that's pretty well. But yeah, I would say to add something to the house is just a whole different challenge.
Even impact windows is a pain.
Yeah, and that, you know, it could be different now. So this is a whole other video as far as that, but definitely talk to a contractor in the area if you're looking at it. Talk to, you know, if you want to get windows, talk to professional installers in the area. Do your research if you see a home and you want to upgrade it.
Okay, got it.
So, but again, these are 1930s homes and they've lasted
Right,
the test of time. So, yeah.
There are a lot of condos, as you mentioned. Not that many, but a decent amount.
Yeah.
What would you say are the fees and like the restrictions and stuff? Or you want me to answer
So,
that?
well, I'll just say from a homeowner's perspective, you know, be prepared to pay.
Yeah, totally.
Yeah.
So like, yeah, my take is, first of all, you're probably not gonna do like Airbnbs for a few reasons. Probably because it's not allowed, and also because it's excessive in expense, right?
Yeah.
The HOA fees are very, very expensive because a lot of these properties, these newer properties, have great amenities.
Yeah.
Right.
That said, Cross Collins, and I don't even think they have an HOA for the single family home areas.
Right. Right. Nothing.
We had an HOA that was voluntary and $25 a year.
Wow.
So it's like, you
So
know,
why didn't you pay? No, I'm kidding.
Yeah, right. We knew the director, so so yeah, it varies from single family homes to the condos.
Right. So it's not too bad.
Yeah, depending on where.
What do you know about healthcare there?
All right, so my daughter was born at Mount Sinai, which is a really good hospital about 20 minutes south
Okay.
of there. So, so yeah, if you're looking for hospitals or anything, they could be kind of a good drive away. As far as wellness and stuff, like everywhere, like Will said, everywhere in South Florida, there's active people and there's active things going. So if you like yoga or some type of spa, there's awesome hotels just in Bal Harbour, which is right next door, and probably in one of those condos that you can appreciate and stuff. And also there's a lot of health food restaurants as well.
Right, so the lifestyle is pretty healthy.
Yeah, it's active. You always see paddle boarders, you always see boaters, and so it's a good, healthy lifestyle.
So how much does it actually cost to live in Surfside? So we're gonna break this down in a few different parts. Surfside is a little bit different than some of the other parts. You have a good mix of single family homes to condos. And I'm gonna share with you, just to give you an idea of single family homes, but after that, I'm gonna break it down into condos because there are much more condos than single family homes. I'm gonna share with you the most expensive, the least expensive, and what it actually costs to move to Surfside. So currently there are 141 properties for sale. And if I break that down, out of the 141, there's 42 single family homes and 99 condos, townhomes. So just for fun, let's look at the single family homes. I'm not gonna break it down that much, but the least expensive single family home is 1.35 million. Let's see what you get for that real quickly. 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, 1,785 square feet, built in 1954. Just take a look at a few of the photos. Obviously it's been updated quite a bit since 1954, but a smaller home, just to give you an idea of the place. So 1,785 square feet living area, 5,600 square foot lot. You're gonna see a lot of lots like that in Surfside. Okay, so that's the least expensive. Most expensive is 16.9 million. Whoa. And so this one is on the water, 8,900 Bay Drive, 16.9 million, 6 bedrooms, 5 baths, 5,485 square feet. It says built in 1965, but I doubt that. The lot size is 23,485. So a little bit bigger than half an acre. And you have 240 feet of water frontage. Let's take a look at a few of the photos. Nice swimming pool, nice steel roof. Yeah, very nice home. Looks like it's pretty new construction, even though it's an old home. Some of the things look brand new, some of them look sort of old. And this is 16.9 million. And the last thing I'm going to show you on average, what something costs there. So on average, you're going to find, let me see. Let's do this again. There are 42 properties. So let's look at number 21. 21st most expensive. On average, you're gonna pay about $2 million for a single family home in Surfside. It's 3 bedrooms, 2 baths, built in 1952, 1,900 square feet. And the lot is 6,860 square feet. Look at just a few photos and then we'll go on to the condos. Nice outdoor barbecue, swimming pool, not too far from the water, a few blocks from the ocean. So decent home, but sort of small. And again, this is 1972 square feet. So let's go back to the condos. Forget the single family homes. There's 99 of them. And out of these 99, the most expensive is 55 million. So let's start with that one. So this is in the surf club. If you don't know the surf club is like a Four Seasons or St. Regis, something the highest level of service, like a 5-star type hotel. Surf club, so this is built in 2017. This is 9111 Collins Avenue, penthouse 6, and 5-bedroom, 5 baths, 2 half baths, 5535 square feet. What else can I tell you about it? 2 garage spots. It's on the 12th floor. And the association fee is pretty hefty. It's about $19,000 a month, $18,957. And the taxes currently, which will go up quite a bit, is $384,000 a year. And I think this has been on the market a while. 233 days, 55 million. Let's take a look at the photos because that's pretty interesting. Great view, direct waterfront view. Very modern looking. It's built in 2017. You have stairs. It's weird because, and it's beautiful, but for 55 million, no way, man. It's like, it looks too small. Even though the square footage is big, it looks like sort of cramped. So beautiful home, but anyways, let's go to a more reasonable, least expensive one. Okay, so the least expensive besides that studio is $395,000. It's 1 bedroom, 1 bath, but it's a huge 1 bedroom, 1 bath, 1.5 bath. It's 918 square feet, built in 1967. It's on the 3rd floor. There are only 12 floors in the building. The maintenance fee is $956 a month, so pretty high. Let's take a look at some of the photos. Looks like it's been redone. It's a nice unit. It's a big 1 bedroom, 1 bath. There's some parking. You're on the 3rd floor. And this one again is $395,000. So not too bad. Since we have 99 homes, condos for sale, let's look at number 49. So about on average for a condo in Surfside, you're gonna pay $850,000. For $850,000, this is 1 bedroom with 2 baths, 1120 square feet, so real big. Let's see the HOA fee. It's $884 a month. Built in 1991, 9455 Collins Avenue, the Waves condo. It's a nice looking place. You have a side view of the ocean. As I look at these photos, it just, because the carpets are old, because some of the things are outdated, it just makes the unit look so much older. But for the most part, it's a nice unit. It's $850,000. So on average, you're gonna pay $850,000 to buy a condo in Surfside. So what does the future have in store for Surfside? And again, it's another neighborhood in Miami that is, the future is very bright. One of the great things about Surfside, in my opinion, is that it's so family oriented. There's still many single family homes that are still somewhat affordable. Even though these lots are 5,000 and 6,000 square feet, you actually have a lot and you're just walking distance to the beach. You could walk block, 2 blocks, 3 blocks and be right at the beach. So the views are great. Many times when I meet a person on a cruise or when I'm out of town, they'll ask me where I live and I tell them Miami. And many times they'll say, oh, I'd love to get a place walking distance to the beach. That's Surfside. It's perfect. And as time goes by, there's going to be more and more people that want that. There's a lot of new construction as well. and the infrastructure and so many other things about Surfside is being developed constantly. So the future is very bright for Surfside. So this is Amit and John's ratings. So daily life and vibe, John.
Man, I would say the daily life and vibe would be a 9. You're on the
9.
beach. Yeah, I'm a beach guy. I love the beach. It's just you just can do everything on that one area. I think it's awesome. The water's beautiful. You can go boating. You can go, what's called stand-up paddleboarding. You can kayak, ride your bike. It's just like all outdoors and all out in the beach and sun. So
yeah, so what I like about these ratings are these are our ratings,
exactly.
right? And everyone is gonna find things different than others. So for me, it's a 6. And the main reason it's a 6 is a lot of the things I like to do are not in that area. So I would be driving constantly out of there and it would kill me.
Yeah, it's good for people that want to stay there.
Right.
Can go to the same restaurants.
Totally.
And go to the same stores and
live, work, and play.
Yeah, exactly.
So location and prestige, John?
That's a challenging one. Location is probably like a 3. Prestige, I don't know. It's not that prestigious, right? I would say a 5, right?
So if someone said, hey, I live in Surfside, are you impressed?
I would say, oh, like that's a cool area. So,
Right.
all right, I'll give it a 5.
Okay.
I'll give it a 5.
So I convinced you to say the same thing that you said.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I gave it a 3 to 5.
Right,
so I was
right.
going to give it a 4. So
Okay,
I bumped
so
it up.
5.
So I bumped
Okay.
it up. What
Yeah,
about you?
I agree with you, a 5.
Okay.
It's far. It's a great place to live, but it's far.
It's far, yeah.
So waterfront living and views.
I mean, you know what? I would say that would be an 8.
I agree with you, an 8. I was thinking 8, 9, 7, but an 8. It depends. You could have a 10 or you could have a 6, right?
Yeah.
So 8 for me.
Yeah. You know, given that if you live on a condo on the water, that's kind of rare actually.
Right.
And then if you live on a single family home only on the water, that's kind of rare as well. Most people are going to live on the interior.
Totally.
So the best you get is going to the beach or finding a park that's kind of like a grassy area or something.
Yeah, so like the views would be nice because even if you live 2 blocks away from the beach and you're walking and you're seeing the beach, it's a nice, it's what people do for vacation, right?
Yeah.
So amenities and lifestyle.
All right. I would have to say, you know what? I'm going to surprise you maybe. I'm going to give it a 7.
7.
Yeah.
So why 7?
Because I think given the fact that there's a lot of awesome things to do there, there's also so much stuff you can only do there. So if you want to do other things again, you have to leave.
Okay.
So I think what they have there is really awesome, but it's also limited.
Right. So yeah, I think for me a 6. The lifestyle is great when you're there. It's almost a 10, right?
Yeah.
But if it's anything else, it's not.
Yeah.
So 6 for me.
But if you want to go watch the movies, or
Right,
like go bowling,
Just basic stuff.
yeah. If you want to do that, get prepared to drive.
Right. So how's the privacy and security there?
I would say, again, I was gonna say 8, but I'm gonna give it a 7. The only factor is that some parts, it's just not closed off. So
Right.
even though it's super safe, I feel like it's just not closed off. So
Yeah, so for me, probably an 8. And the main reason is like the condos are 10 security.
Yeah.
And then you don't hear about too much crime there, right?
Yeah, you don't,
So
yeah.
so
it's
good.
pretty monitored and it's
Yeah.
pretty low key.
So what are the architectural features? What's your rating there?
All right, I would have to say it's a 7 again. Again, I love the old Spanish style architecture. I love the modern architecture. It just doesn't go all the way as far as like being super beautiful,
Right.
super maybe exclusive, I guess.
Right.
It's middle class. It's a high middle class area, basically.
So for me, a 5, and the main reason is you see a lot more of the older homes than the updated ones. And yeah, you have some really nice condos, but for me, a 5.
Yeah, that's a good one.
So community engagement and local interaction.
Well, I'm just gonna speak from ignorance. I don't know much about the community there. I mean,
You were pretty close.
Yeah. So I would say or you know what? I'll say a 7. So
Yeah.
if you can go out and enjoy and take part in the events that happen in the area and know about the events, because I don't know, that would be awesome.
I agree, a 7, because so Surfside, you have a lot of these single family homes, but the lots are sort of small. So you're living pretty close to your neighbors.
Yeah.
And for the most part, the neighbors are pretty friendly. I think when you lived pretty close by, they were friendly as well, right?
Yeah. Also, they have like an outdoor beach bowl, you call it, where they would have performances close to the area. You would go and have dances, which is super rare,
Right.
They had a roller skate area on the beach. This is close to Surfside, but given the fact
Just tell them where you lived.
Yeah, live in Normandy Isle. You got it out of me, Amit. So Normandy Isle is just south of Surfside, and living there, we had all these little events, community events that were really fun, and I'm sure Surfside's a lot like that as well.
So what's the cost of living? What's your rating there?
Oof, probably a 2, I would say.
2. So again, 2 means the cost of living is not good.
Yeah. But if you compare, like, I guess other areas, maybe 3 or 4. So let's just give it a 3.
Yeah. So for me, since you said 4, I'll say 4. It is sort of expensive, but Miami is very expensive. So there's some places that are significantly worse.
And that being said, it's probably it's still really expensive, but it's more accessible than other really expensive places. So.
Right, totally.
Yeah, so
green space and outdoor living.
So outdoor living is a 9. Green space is a 4.
Okay.
That being said, there's no green whatsoever.
Even the neighbors, the single family homes.
I mean, no. The lot sizes are so small. They're smaller than even where I was in Normandy Isle.
Right.
As far as you can have a 1,200 square foot home, and like the property's probably 4,000 square feet.
Wow.
It's just like don't take my word for it, but just it's the lot sizes are very small, and there's barely any green, especially the playgrounds and stuff. It's not, you barely have enough.
Just a lot of concrete.
A lot of concrete jungle type of thing, except for the beach.
Yeah, so I'm 5 on that.
All right.
So climate resilience for you.
The fact that it doesn't flood that much is a good plus, considering Miami Beach, and a lot of the homes they've done over time. I'd say climate resilience 5.
Yeah.
So
I agree, 5.
All right. I don't have much to say. I don't know where to go.
Yeah, I think with the climate resilience, you're probably going to get evacuated sometimes because of hurricanes and stuff. So that might be a pain. But you're still a little bit further inland, where you may not worry as much as being on a condo. If you're in Surfside and on a condo, you'll be worried. But, I think these older homes will do okay, right?
You know what? Bringing up that, you're definitely going to get evacuated, even if there's a category 1.
Right.
You're definitely going to get evacuated. And the problem with these places is that if we get a storm, it's probably likely you're going to lose power.
Right.
And if you lose power, depending on how bad it is, you can lose it for a couple weeks.
Right.
We had a bad hurricane once, and the power was out in our area for, I think, 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
2 weeks. And everybody was coming on. We were probably the last ones to get on. And people were living in the buildings for 2 weeks.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and there was an elderly population that never left, and they didn't live with heat, so it was a big emergency at the time. So, expect, if there's a hurricane, expect to be out of there for a while if it's a strong one.
So that gives us a total of 59 points for me for Surfside. John is much higher at 64.5 points. Going back to the top of my list, Pinecrest is in first place at 82 points, Coral Gables is next at 74, and Coconut Grove is next at 73. So why is Surfside so much lower? So when I say that, always remember these are Amit's ratings. These are my personal opinions, and I'm sure a lot of you are going to disagree with me from many things. So the first thing is the location. The location is so far away from things that I'm used to doing, so I don't like that at all. The cost of living is high. You have a lot of these older homes that still cost a lot of money. And I get it for most people. You're getting properties that are within walking distance to the beach, but they're still very expensive and you need to spend a lot of money to renovate them. So I don't go to Surfside that much. I've gone for years, but I don't go there that much unless I'm in the area. But I think some of you may love it way more than I do. If you're not sure if Surfside is right for you, or if you love it and you just want to get a ton more information, make sure to click on that link in our description. We spent the last 4 years getting as much information as we can on Surfside, so you won't have to. We have tons of articles, neighborhood videos, the best places to eat, Instagrammable spots, daycare, schools, and just so much more. Make sure to click on that link and you'll be happy you did.